The O. Henry Playhouse presents Christmas by Injunction. Christmas by Injunction is a skillfully written, poignant O. Henry story. It concerns the rural community of Yellowhammer, a man known as Cherokee, a young boy who called himself California, and a time of the year important to everyone but them, Christmas.
You think he'll show up, Sarah?
Who can ever tell what Cherokee will do, Judge?
How long have you worked for him?
Almost 9 years. Cherokee's one of the finest men I know. And also one of the strangest.
You can say that again, Sarah. I'll never forget that day, 8 years ago in Kansas City, when he barged into my office, introduced himself, and told me about a new town called Yellowhammer. He explained it was going to suddenly start growing because he just struck it rich. Then he laid a bag of gold dust on my desk and said that if I would agree to be the town's doctor, he'd see to it that I wouldn't have any worries while building up a new practice. 2 days later, I was on my way here.
And now, over 300 people. And you know something? There isn't one of us that hasn't benefited because of Cherokee. Well, it's almost 2. I guess he isn't going to show up. So we better get on with our business.
Well, why don't we wait a little while longer? Maybe he's on his way.
It's all right with me, but you know it's going to be the same story. In all the years I've been here, I'll bet Cherokee hasn't been to town more than 5 times.
Nice to see you again, Judge. You too, Doc.
Cherokee?
You surprised me, Cherokee. I just now finished saying you wouldn't show up.
Well, Sarah gave me an ultimatum, and I couldn't take a chance of losing the best cook in the territory. Now, suppose we get right down to business, and you tell me exactly why it was necessary for me to come into town.
Well, Cherokee, the town is getting larger.
So I noticed. Counted half a dozen new buildings as I rode in.
They've been up for over a year.
Really? Amazing how time flies by. As you were saying, Judge.
Yellowhammer's population is over 300. By another year, we'll have 50 or 60 more people. So the town council decided at the meeting last week it was time we built a schoolhouse. You know, Cherokee, we have a lot of youngsters of school age.
Schoolhouse is a good idea. How much will it cost?
About $1,800.
I'll stop by the bank and have Challee send it right over. Nice to have seen you again, Judge.
But, Cherokee, it isn't necessary for you to pay for the school. We put you down for 200. There was something else we wanted to talk to you about.
All right, what?
Well,
It's very simple, Cherokee. Next to your place, the only big room in town is the dance hall. And that won't suit our needs.
Needs? What are you talking about, Sarah?
The town wants to give a party, Cherokee, a community party. And would like to give it at your place.
What's the reason for a community party?
Because in 7 days, it'll be Christmas. And there's not a person in Yellowhammer who doesn't want to spend it with you.
That means families and children. 45 children.
68, Cherokee.
For the first time since this town was born, I'll have to say no. Tell them I'm sorry.
But Cherokee, it's Christmas.
Sorry, Sarah. That day means no more to me than any other.
Strange.
Yes, it is.
I wonder why it is he hates the words family and children.
If that be so, why did Sarah say that he hated families and children?
Oh, Cherokee never hated anyone. Although, it's easy to understand. She might have thought he did.
I'm afraid you've lost me.
Oh, forgive me, Colonel. You see, Cherokee employed 30 or 40 men. Some to operate his mine, some to take care of his cattle. But he never hired a married man. Paid his hands top wages, but they had to be bachelors.
Pretty hard rule. What did he do to a man who wanted to get married?
Congratulated him, and gave him some gold dust to give him a good start. He never hurt anyone. And no woman excepting Sarah ever set foot on a blade of grass belonging to his spread.
I'm beginning to see the light of day. Cherokee's aversion was very likely the direct result of an unhappy love affair.
More direct. It was the result of an Indian massacre.
Indian massacre?
Mm-hmm. Cherokee never told anyone, but before he made his strike, he and his wife prospected together. No two people were ever more in love. When they discovered they were going to have a baby, he insisted that she go east, where she'd have the best medical care. A few months later, he received a letter telling him they had a son. They were leaving to join him. They planned to meet at Deep River.
Well, don't stop now. Tell me what happened.
Well, Cherokee took off for Deep River. Then he decided not to wait, but to meet the coach on the road. What he found was a charred wreck and 5 dead people. His family wasn't among them, so he assumed the Indians had carried them off. Then he searched wildly, frantically. Searched everywhere, but he never found one single trace of them. In fact, it was during his search that he discovered the gold mine. After that, Cherokee built a wall around himself.
Bitter memories. It's very understandable. For a while, I didn't like him, but now I feel sorry for him. Whatever happened to him?
Many things after that, Colonel. For example, when he left town, Sarah followed him. She was angry and determined she'd get him to change his mind.
I just can't understand you, Cherokee. One minute you can't give the town people enough of your money, and then in the flicker of an eye you refuse to allow them to give a Christmas party in your house. Why, Cherokee? Why? What have you got against them?
Sarah, you've been with me long enough to know I must have my reasons. Ask me for anything else and I'll agree. But understand this once and for all, I'm not going to have women and children running around my home.
Maybe that's what you need. It just ain't natural for a man not to have a wife and not to be raising a family of his own. Why are you so dead set against them?
Sarah, there are 3 things you never question. A person's right to respect God, their politics, and their personal privacy.
All right. Only I'm going to start praying that whatever's eating you up inside gets cured before it kills you.
Monkey. Well, what's this, Lem?
Just found him leaving the spring house. Caught him stealing 2 25-pound smoked hams.
Well, that's a lot of food for someone your size to be carrying. What did you intend to do with it?
It's none of your business. You just call your sheriff and have him lock me up.
Might be a better idea if I told your mother and father. Sometimes a switch can accomplish more than a sheriff.
You just save your breath. 'Cause I haven't got a mother and father.
What's your name?
California.
California what?
Just California. Now let's just stop standing here swapping words and get it over with.
Are you hungry?
I don't need no favors from you either, ma'am.
Well, I do declare you could use a good switching.
You're asked a civil question, now answer it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm hungry.
Leave him here, Lem. After he's eaten, I'll decide what to do with him.
Okay, Cherokee.
Talk about mine, Annie. What about yours? Why do you call yourself Cherokee for?
I guess it's because this ranch was once Cherokee territory. How come you call yourself California?
Someday I aim to go there. Bet I've read every book that was ever written about California.
Well, I guess you've had some schooling then. Where did you study?
Back east.
How long have you been on your own?
You gonna start up with questions again?
Well, after all, you did try to steal from me.
Look, mister, you got a spring house out there that's just piled high with all kinds of meat. Now, if I hadn't gotten caught, you wouldn't have known nothing was missing.
In other words, you feel justified in stealing from me because I have plenty, is that it?
No. The minute I got in that spring house, I knew no matter what I took, you wouldn't miss no meals.
Why don't you knock on the door and ask for food?
That's funny. I can imagine you or anybody else saying, "Here, boy, here's a handout."
Well, for a little fella, you certainly have a bad taste in your mouth about people. Why California?
Maybe because I can remember when my mom and I went hungry. And you know something, mister? I can't remember one person ever offering to help us.
You say both your parents are dead,
Yeah, that's right.
and you were just passing through on your way to California.
Might say that.
Don't you think it'd be a lot easier if you had money in your pockets?
What are you suggesting I do, mister? Rob a bank?
No. I'm suggesting you get a job. Save your money. Then the trip won't be so hard.
Harm me.
I would. I'll give you $12 a month and throw in room and board. What do you say to that?
Say there must be something wrong with it.
Just answer yes or no.
Yes.
All right, California, dig in. Sarah, California's been hired as a new man. After he's eaten, take him over to Lem. You'll set him up a place in the bunkhouse. On second thought, living with minors and listening to their language might not be good for him. Better fix him up a place here with us. See you later, California.
So long, Cherokee. What'd you do that for, ma'am?
Because I suddenly feel whatever's ailing him ain't gonna kill him.
Well, Colonel, up to this point, that boy, California, is he interesting?
Quite. Fascinates me. Imagine someone his age crossing the country alone, and on foot.
Well, back in the 70s, that wasn't so unusual. Young people without family roots, always marching, always searching, and many of them invariably headed to the golden state of California.
Why California?
It's hard to tell. Maybe they still remember the fabulous stories of the past, fortunes made in the gold rush, and they unconsciously hoped it would happen again for them. Or maybe they thought of California as a place where you sit and bask in the warm sun. Or maybe they chose it because it was so far away. You know, many of them knew in their heart they'd never reach it. Still they came. You know, without a goal, drifting young people have nothing. Not even hope.
Mm-hmm. Did the young boy stay with Cherokee very long?
There was a strange relationship. The next morning, Cherokee had 2 horses saddled, and they rode out to show the boy the ranch. He answered 100 questions, how mines were operated. And within a short few days, these two were acting as if they'd known each other all their lives. Even the men noticed the loneliness in Cherokee's eyes disappear when he looked at the boy. On the 5th morning, Sarah decided it was time to tell him the truth.
Morning, Sarah.
Morning.
Well, where's California? You had breakfast already?
About that boy, Cherokee. I just can't figure him out. Every single night since he arrived.
Wait, Sarah. Please. Let me tell him.
What? Tell me what?
Cherokee, I've been stealing your food.
Why?
Difference does it make? Did you see I'm a thief?
Is that what you want me to believe?
Till I met you, Cherokee, I didn't care what anybody believed. But now it's different. I really wanted to tell you earlier, but I couldn't.
All right, but tell me the truth now. What have you been doing with the food?
I can't, Cherokee.
Go ahead, tell him. Because you two don't realize how much you need each other.
I've been giving it to someone up in Junction Creek.
Junction Creek? That's 10 miles from here. You mean you've been carrying food 10 miles every night and getting back here before dawn? Who have you been giving the food to, California?
My mother.
Your mother, but you said...
I know. I know. I lied. She's still alive. We've been living up there for about 5 years. The only reason we're still alive is because the hunting was good. It's been bad lately, so I couldn't let her starve. Had to get her food somehow. So I told myself I'm gonna get it no matter how. I wanted to tell you, Cherokee, I really did. I was afraid.
Why?
Because I've heard people talk about your strange ways. How you hate women and children. I was really happy when you gave me the job, and I figured, well, I'll help my mother by building up our food supply. It didn't bother me until I realized what they said about you wasn't true. That you don't hate anybody, Cherokee. You don't. They just don't know you like I do.
What you heard about me was partially true. Not the part about me hating. But what was true is that I don't like women and children in my home. It's a funny thing, California. I never thought about you as a child. I always thought about you as a high-strung yearling, worth teaching, worth helping. I'm glad you told me the truth, California.
Does that mean I can stay? I don't have to leave?
I don't know. What about your mother?
I told her I was working for you. That's how I explained the food. And if it's all right, I'll keep on working for you and see her on Sundays.
Well, that sounds like a good arrangement.
Oh, thanks, Cherokee. I promise I'll never lie to you or anyone else again.
I like the way that sounds. Now, what shall we do today?
Well, anything. But I like to go home tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow isn't Sunday.
I know. It's Christmas Eve. Mom says I have to be home tomorrow. She says it's the time a family should be together. Be thankful. And she says we've got a lot to be thankful for. My having a job and us two still being together. To me, Christmas is just like any other day. But how can you tell that to a mother?
Even if you could, you'd be wrong. She's dead right about what she told you.
All right. But what'll we do today, Cherokee?
I'll tell you what we'll do. You take this money, saddle up a horse and ride into town and buy that mother of yours a Christmas present.
Sure.
And then you go hightailing it for home because I don't want you back here until the day after Christmas. Is that clear?
Sure, Cherokee, but what are you gonna do?
Don't worry, I'll find something to do.
Look, why don't you come home with me? I'm sure Mom won't mind. And we'll make you as comfortable as we can.
I'd like that, California, but the way I see it, I just won't have any time.
Well, Cherokee, would it be all right with you if, instead of buying Mom a gift, I brought her a small side of beef?
You bet it would. You back the buckboard up to the spring house and take whatever you'll be needing. Go on, get out of here. Shits. You'd make an easy mark for an Indian.
Why? What brings you into town? Having trouble up at your place?
Not that I know of. Came to talk to you about the Christmas party. Still want to have one?
I sure do. But unless the women folk change their mind about the dance hall, I guess we'll have to call it off.
Well, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and for the life of me, I can't see no reason for not having it at my place.
You mean it?
Yes, only I think we ought to have a really big celebration. Instead of just limiting it to the town folk, why not invite everyone, including the families around Junction Creek?
It sounds wonderful, Cherokee.
Good. You have the sheriff and Doc invite all the Junction Creek people. Make sure they're told how to get to my place. I'm especially interested in seeing that a boy about 10 years old and his mother receive an invitation. The boy calls himself California.
California. All right, Cherokee. It'll be taken care of.
How many children do you think we'll be having?
Figuring the Junction Creek people, about 80.
How many of them are girls?
I don't know. Why?
Because I'm going to take a couple of men in wagons over to Phillipstown and buy out the toy store. I tell you, Judge, this is going to be a Christmas I'll never forget. I guess I better buy everything I see.
I guess you better.
Well, have a couple of women go up and give Sarah a hand. There's a lot of work to be done. I'll see you sometime tomorrow night.
I still can't understand how it all happened. Sarah, what made him change his mind?
Well, that's a question only Cherokee can answer. But I think it had to do with a prayer and a boy.
We'll help out here. Hi, Cherokee.
You think this is something? When do the other two wagons arrive? That's a lot bigger than the one Martha and I had 12 years ago.
Martha?
I guess I forgot how beautiful a Christmas tree could look. Did you invite everyone?
They'll start arriving right after church tomorrow morning.
What about the Junction Creek people?
Now, they'll be here, too. Everyone, that is, except that boy called California and his mother.
Why won't they be here?
His mother wasn't too well. So I left her some medicine, told her if she felt up to it to be sure and come over.
Did you buy something for California?
Yes.
Then why don't you ride over and deliver it tonight?
That's a good idea. How do I find that place, Doc?
Well, you know where the creek bends and trails off in two forks?
Yes, I do.
Cherokee! Who is it, Bobby? It's Cherokee, Mom. He's got some presents.
Well, aren't you going to invite a friend in out of the rain?
Oh, sure. Come on in.
So that's your real name, Bobby. I like it.
Well, only Mom calls me that.
It was very thoughtful of you, Mr. Cherokee, to...
Oh.
What?
Is it really you? After all the years, is it really you?
Darling, I've looked for you for so long. You don't know. I thought you'd been killed. I didn't know what. I can't believe that you're here.
I looked for you, too. Oh. After the Indians attacked, the cavalry rescued us. They took us back to Illinois. I wrote letters, but they always came back. It took time before I was able to return to Deep River. And when I did, no one could tell me about a Paul Thompson.
It's because no one knows me. No one knows me by any name except Cherokee. God, to think for all these years, Martha, we've only been 10 miles apart. And if it hadn't been for California, I never would have found you.
His name is Robert. Robert Thompson.
Well, son, do you think you could change your mind about living in California?
Bet I can, Cherokee. I mean, Dad. You bet I can.
It's a long story, friends. But this is my family. And we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
It's incredible.
What, you mean the fact that Cherokee became reunited with his family?
Oh, no. No, I was referring to the few miles that separated them all those years. Imagine the unhappiness those 10 short miles caused.
It was more than 10 miles, Colonel. It was a man trying to escape from the past. A man willing to forget everything, even his own name.
Yes, you're right. Think you can finish the story in time for December publication?
You mean to work it in with the arrival of old Nick?
I'd prefer if you'd call him Santa Claus. After hearing about what happened to Cherokee, I'm off nicknames for life.
All right, Colonel, we'll be ready. Ready for Santa Claus. See you soon, Colonel.